This might look kind of familiar. Aerith is a 3-mana 2/2 that has the same line of text. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on Leonardo, or Aerith in that case. If you Cauldron a Ballista onto this, you win the game. You remove a counter, ping, gain a life, put a counter on it, you go infinite. It's also just gets really big with Guide Pride. So you get to play like the green-white value shell with Guide Pride, Brightglass Gearhulk, Ranger-Captain, while also being a Cauldron combo deck with Ballista. You also play one Heliod to combo with Ballista. And then Gearhulk can also find you your Ballistas too, which was kind of cool. So kind of an interesting overlap, right? Where this works with the Guide Pride plan, and this works with and it gives you access to a combo to race some of the slower decks, and you're gonna board out the combo in some matchups. No Breach in that list. So yeah. Breach maybe should be in the top 5 too. Breach is definitely one of those cards where it's just like, this card is better than Yawgmoth's Will. You made Yawgmoth's Will 15 years ago. What are we doing here? That being said, like I don't know which. Maybe you put Breach over K Command in that list. Okay, so let me go ahead. 3 main deck Vexings. Yeah, if you're a deck that isn't playing any free spells, getting to main deck Vexing Bauble is a pretty big advantage. And so I'm not sure like what you would put in that spot, but what's kind of interesting is it's like, what do we want in this spot? I think we want 1 mana interaction. I don't really want to play a ton of Static Prisons. Because of like how like we're so proactive. I don't think we need to be super overloaded on removal. I forgot to mention that Kirol got made into the deck too. So I feel like the best 1-man interaction we weirdly could play in this deck is Vexing Bauble. Kind of think of it like a Thoughtseize. Think of it like a colorless Thoughtseize is sort of how I'm thinking of it. Okay, on the draw. I'm going to say Mold to 6. I'm going to play Dimir Flash. In paper. It should be... It's like a pretty simple deck to play in paper too, where you just like, you don't have that many permanents to maintain. I've definitely like several times even gone to a paper event, after not playing paper for a long time, and I'm playing one of my crazy Magic Online decks that has 1 million game actions and 1 million permanents, and it's pretty overwhelming. I think one thing I really underestimated about this deck is the ability to like rumble on turn 2 to find the other piece of your combo, and then on turn 4 just go Leonardo, Cauldron, Ballista. I didn't realize like that matters so much compared to the Aerith thing. Play Jeskai Blink, solid deck. You don't think Dimir Flash is a solid deck? I think Jeskai Blink kind of sucks right now too. Kind of play a set of Riddlers. What was my favorite brew with them? I mean, I like the Quantum Energy deck a lot. I also like the Deceit Reanimator deck a lot. I thought that one was really fun. Blue Black Flash takes too long to find WinCon. You and I don't don't feel the same way. Doesn't Rafa Mikey turn on removal versus otherwise resilient? Well, the thing is, it can, right? Especially on Gorios. Although it's not very easy to remove. You have to have like exactly Solitude. It's kind of maybe Shieldred's Edict, but it's very hard to remove a Rafa and a Mikey. But the thing is also that if you're going to go for a creativity, if your opponent has creature removal, they're going to remove your token. Unless you're going for a treasure token, they're just going to kill your token instead. And that's the main thing you're targeting in this deck anyways. Okay, don't find a Cauldron. I guess we'll take land number 4. Could take Guide of Souls. Yeah, let's take Guide of Souls actually. We can just go Guide plus Leonardo next turn and try to like stabilize a little bit, and then try to dig for the Cauldron off the Rumble. Gonna splash for Meltdown. No, I think the one, it does make your mana worse in every matchup, but like I way prefer Engineered Explosives and Dimir because it's like it's about as good as Meltdown. It even has the big advantage of being able to kill weapons. It's like it's probably a little bit worse, but it's almost as good. But it's also good against Boros, and so it's a way more versatile sideboard card. Like I really believe in Explosives over Meltdown for like your matchup spread as Dimir. What do you think of the Null Drifter Ugin's Binding interaction? It's cool when you get to do it. It's not that powerful. We've played it a bunch. It's like bouncing all your opponent's permanents in Modern. It's good in some situations, but mana values are so cheap that a lot of decks like Affinity doesn't care that much about it. Boros can just rebuild like the turn after most of the time. And then there's a lot of combo decks that don't care about it at all. We have one Heliod. I think one Heliod is right. I think you're pretty happy to draw the first one most of the time, and you never want to draw another one. So we're down to 12. See if they rebuke this Leonardo. They do not. Do I Ballista on 0 to make this a 2/2? So my opponent goes, make a construct token, get a skateboard. I'm going to have, tap this. It's a little bit weird. They're going to have 5, 6, 7. Can still block 2. Yeah, I guess let's leave it. I might want to Grange my Ballista next turn. How's the first league gone? It was okay. We won a match and then we lost to Boros. I can't remember. We lost another one, but I think, was that to focus on the challenge or was it just an actual loss? I can't remember. Oh, it was a loss to Storm, but we could have won game 1. I think the deck's looking solid. We might focus some more in on it tomorrow since it's kind of taking second fiddle here. But we also have a lot to get to. We have to get to Cool But Rude Brew. We have to get to April with Ugin's Labyrinth. And remember, I know I have at least one more thing in my to-do list for Turtles before we keep it moving. Round 5 of the challenge is about to start. I think I want to finish at least this game. They have a weapons. They didn't get skateboard, by the way. They Claws of Gix, which is going to get me... Yeah, I don't think we're going to beat the Claws of Gix. Okay, so conceding this match. We do have the, just conceding game 1 so we can focus, or after game 1 to focus on the challenge. Ancestral Statue, it's great that it doesn't target because they just, all the tap lines is tough here. With the Ancestral Statue, it's so good that it doesn't target because if they like kill your statue or if they kill your clock or whatever, you just pick up card and you just cast like a leveler or something. It makes the combo creatureless, so it beats Solitude Push. I think not targeting is a bigger deal, or I think I would rather have the thing. Like push and solitude stuff doesn't like if they solitude does not matter against the combo because if they solitude your statue, then it goes to exile. You just bounce Karn, replay statue. So statue doesn't, solitude doesn't matter. Push does matter a little bit, but it's just not very hard to beat. Doesn't have to be able to bounce self. Bouncing self is important. And it doesn't bounce itself either, yeah. So yeah, I don't think this is an upgrade, but it is a cool find. Dude, on the draw against Boros again is tough. That's a good top deck, though. Not the best. Which combo we're talking about? The Omniscience Karn loop. If you know, you know. Probably will block Ragavan if given the chance. Solitude beats the combo because they can do in response to statue targeting the reliquary. To statue targeting the reliquary. Statue targeting statue with reliquary. Okay, I guess you're right. I mean, although it just stops it for a turn. I don't know. I just still. I guess you could play both, maybe. The not targeting has come up so much against like normal disenchants too. It's not just creature removal in the format. What are we talking about? There's a chatter who said they found some tech, and they did find some tech. I don't think I'm quite sold on it. A little slow to go Corral into Gearhulk here, isn't it? Let's rumble. I do find a Ballista. I'm gonna just play Leonardo this turn, I think. And then block the Ragavan if given a chance, although they might just fly it. What's Corral if there's no spring on MTGO? I mean, I think Corral was never a combo card. It was just kind of nice that there was a combo with it. Corral tested really well as a value card in the green-white Birthing Ritual deck and as a value card in blue-white Ritual. Or sorry, blue-white Riddler. And this is like very similar shell to those decks, and it just is a good value card that has been testing pretty well. I guess maybe I messed up by getting a plains here, although my life total is kind of low. They get another Grange. Do I have another Grange in the deck? They exiled 2 of them. I kind of do just want to Gearhulk this turn. Am I going to any RCs that qualify for PT Amsterdam? The format is modern. I'm going to Hunterburton this weekend, which is technically a RC queue for that event. Yeah. I don't know how many more I'm gonna be able to go to. I know I should, and I'm gonna try to make the time. But the game development stuff, it is just ramping up, and it's eating big into my weekends. And I would love to be able to share the game with y'all at the end of the year. And a lot has to happen, funding wise and development wise, for that to happen. And it just is like the commitment for most of my weekends. That doesn't mean I can't go every once in a while, but I'm just not gonna be able to grind. Hopefully I don't hit anything good off the Ragavan. Yeah, I did like Thraben Charm in the energy build. I was just mostly trying to fit the new cards last time we played it. They do hit a Guide of Soul, so we're effectively at 1 life here, which is not 0. Dead to most things in their hand. They should Surveil looking for... Oh, they don't have another Surveil land. All right, so we'll go Static Prison on the Bombardment. Which I don't exactly expect them to sack anything. All right, so I've been saying this for a long time. I really am a believer in the 3rd Surveil land and Boros energy. But it's okay. It's okay that they don't play it. But I just do think it's better than like another Sacred Foundry or whatever. It's been a while since we played Boros ourselves. They might have another Goblin Bombardment. That honestly could be the one unknown card. The Seasoned Pyromancer? What is 4 mana hasting here? It's... Oh, wait, a Seasoned I thought it was going to be Ranger Captain for a second. So they are going to get to jump something here. And they also get to draw 2 new cards. Another Guide of Souls. So another creature kills me because they can jump twice. They have 1 card in their hand. Okay, so they had Spyro into Guide of Souls Johnny. That's good enough to win. Let's go to game. Let's go to game 2. Never forget last week when someone turned 2'd you with Entitled and no banless modern using all modern legal cards. Yeah, there was a Field of the Dead in play that didn't matter at all, which was I thought was kind of funny. That was definitely funny. All right, let's do this. This is the side we were playing last time. Wait. We're missing a card. Oh, the Lantern. I would love to go to Amsterdam, though. Would be very cool. It would... Qualifying... Like, I would love to qualify for PT. I would definitely find the time to commit to a testing team, but the thought of trying to maintain my game design commitments while also maintaining the... I guess the regular stream could be, like, just more PT testing. I would make it work, but... Boy, would I be busy. Mulligan. Awkward hands so far. Just like too many lands. I think I just keep on 6. I know it's not a very good hand. I'll probably... Yeah, cast this turn 1. In my opinion, is Control the hardest psycho type to pilot, generally speaking? No. I don't exactly really understand where the stereotypes of like Control is super hard to pilot, but like I think more than any other deck, because you're playing in like really reactively, you get to like if then your entire deck list. Like you get to almost pre-record your entire game actions, like what your like you get to think about what your opponent has, and you get to always make the best play based on what they do. Whereas when you're playing any proactive deck, like sequencing perfectly. When you play any proactive deck, sequencing perfectly requires... Maybe I should have left this back because if they Ragavan the Pride, it's pretty tough. Any proactive deck sequencing perfectly imagines like thinking of the probability of anything your opponent can play and trying to do your best for that probability, which just is harder, I think. Maybe I think that's because I just played so much Control that I find it more natural, but I just think in general proactive decks are inherently harder. than reactive decks. Maybe it's like a bell curve thing. Like when you're first starting to play a format, like proactive decks are easier because you're gonna have to make a good play no matter what, and then control decks are harder once you're learning. But then like the final form might be that proactive decks are the hardest to play perfectly, and then control decks are like control is like the easiest archetype to play perfectly, I think, because you always make the right play. Does that make sense? Or like you almost always get to make the right play based on what your opponent has. Grange is pretty interesting here, although they can triple block still. This isn't the worst. I'm just gonna graveyard it for Cauldron value. Cauldron would be a really interesting draw. So am I going to attack with this Pride? I guess not. I don't know. Watching Wafu maybe sometime realize I'm bad at control. I mean, you might be bad at control. I just think control is like the easiest archetype to play perfectly because you just have a flow chart and you just follow the flow chart. I don't know if I'm explaining myself very well. I might take double seam rip here. Maybe I'll just take. I guess I should just take Guide Pride. They can have their guide back. Sad that the energy is getting spent though. So we have Needle for this bombardment, although they're going to be able to trade the elementals for the cat this turn, although they were already able to do that last turn. So they get their Guide of Souls back. Very weird spot. Like maybe I should just attack first. I mean, I should just Needle. I think I might sneak bounce my Brightglass Gearhulk here, by the way, which is awesome. Yes, 4-1 in the challenge. I agree to extend, but perfectly when you look at a handful of control post takes a new meaning. Yeah, I mean, it's more easy to play it perfectly. You're ever gonna play any deck perfectly, but just more easy. All right, so we go attack with the Gearhulk. They're not gonna block, I think, or maybe they play around this. I really hope they don't. Yes, let's go. So now we get to go sneak it in. Bounce Gearhulk. This is cool. I think we're going to play more of this deck tomorrow first thing. Probably. I mean, I always say that, and then half the time I just build something else. But this has got me very excited. Sneak, bounce the Brightglass Gearhulk. Calling Amulet Titan a simple deck is hilarious and out of touch. I think. No offense. Amulet Titan is not simple. The Aftermath Analyst Loop is not simple. Piloting it is not simple, especially when you're trying to play around your opponent's stuff. It is not a simple deck. Y'all are hilariously silly when you call Titan a simple deck because of Aftermath Analyst. It is just y'all are just ridiculous when you say this. All right, good turn for our opponent. Oh, and then we're about to win the game with this Cauldron, but then they kill my Leonardo. I do think it was just be mana efficient this turn. They didn't call it simple. They literally said simple. I think I'm gonna go maybe 2 more Guide of Souls because Guide Ballista is just so strong in these spots. Guide Cauldron Ballista. Would you play a Titan for Pro Tour? I think it's super well positioned, yeah. It does have some bad matchups, so I think it's really well positioned now. What does the metagame need to look like for Porphyry Nodes to be good? It needs to look like Johnny and Ocelot Pride don't exist anymore. I guess I should have got another Pride instead, but good enough. Go to game 3. Like I will not play Smallpox while Ajani is legal. I'm not gonna play Porphyry Nodes while Ajani is legal. It's also so bad against like Corey Steelcutter. Maybe not so bad, but awkward against it. Titan seems simple because of some of its players are incredible dedicated to Master's Lines. I think the deck is hyped as more difficult than it is. The small expert community invaders are incredibly high skill. Yeah, I mean, like, I agree that it is definitely the kind of deck when you can play it, it can feel kind of simple. But like, just when you call like it can feel simple to you, but when you compare Amulet Titan to any other deck, it is inherently way more complex, and it's silly to call it simple. And it just Boros Synergy is a simple deck, you know. Prowess is a simple deck. Affinity is more simple. It's hard to even think of decks that are less simple, or that are like not less simple than Titan, or not more simple than Titan. I think we Seam Rip turn 1. I'm playing Seam Rip over Portable Hole because it's an enchantment, so it doesn't get got by the artifact hate sometimes for Cauldron. Maybe that's kind of minor. I think I should just. Oh no, so they could have Wear Tear up. So let's go Guide Pride, even though they could have removal. We kind of want them to have removal here anyways, so we can set up to combo with Cauldron Leonardo. And then if they go Flage this turn, we can go Cauldron the Flage, and then maybe they tap out and we combo with Leonardo. Okay, so they did play the Flage. Always got to think about the turn 3 Flage when you're sequencing any deck. What's kind of nice about this line of playing the Cauldron here is it doesn't exactly look like we're about to combo off. Although, dude, Gearhulk on top is so perfect. Let me check on the challenge. There's 8 matches still going. They can't quite escape the Flage. They're a card short here. Legend of Roku. Oh, no. Is what I would say if I didn't have Leonardo Cutting Edge in my hand. So we do lose to Surgical Extraction. I think it makes enough sense to like play Ballista on 1 so that I can at least deal a damage if they have Surgical. Maybe this is a little silly to think. I mean, I don't. They could have Surgical. They could be in their hand. Why am I making excuses? We're sequencing correctly. All right, they don't have the Surgical. That's great news. So we win the game. This has felt good. I know our record like isn't crazy with this, but Leonardo has looked way better than Aerith, and I think the whole deck has felt pretty good. I might cut the Corolls. It feels like the deck might be grindy enough without them. I'm not sure what I'd play instead. I might even play like more Dig for the combo too. Yeah, Ballista puts itself in the yard. Yeah, we scooped this match to Affinity to focus on the challenge. Just for value. Yeah. It's like, you know, it's like, think of it like Mystic Sanctuary, kind of. You just always get value once you get to the 4th land here. What score do you need for top 8? So if we win our next 2, so to be 6-1, we will for sure top 8. But we might be able to get in on breakers if our record is a little worse. I think I'm gonna go play Guide of Souls over Leonardo, and then be able to surveil. And then, like, if they have a discharge here, then maybe this eats the discharge, and we could assemble the combo with Leonardo. Maybe not. Maybe they're Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth has been super popular today. Oh, they could be the Iced Coffee deck too. Iced Coffees are a brew of ours. It's Ice Till and Cabal Coffers. That's what we've been calling it. Even though I think that's the deck, I don't think I just want to run into Bowmasters. Let's play the Heliod, and then if we... Oh, yes, another thing was, like, we only have one Heliod, but if we draw Ballista here, we can go play Ballista X equals 1, Grange onto the Ballista, and just win the game, instead of not being able to do that. And they did have the Bowmaster, so we sequenced well around this. They're not playing R75. Although they are still playing a coffers deck. Maybe not. Maybe they're just Soul Trader. Maybe Vexing Bauble is turning off Flare of Malice for them. They grab a land and then they play Marionette. So they are a Soul Trader away from winning the game here potentially. Although we just draw the Ballista. Why is Idyllic Grange in the deck? Let me show you, chatter. It's just one of their. It just does so much. It's like it's more than this too, but. I do genuinely think that one of the. Oh, I guess we have the Guide of Souls in play, so we didn't need the Grange, but. I do think that the Granges are like a pretty nice reason to be playing this deck. I think that it's like a really unique effect that this deck gets access to that not really many other decks can. I think it's good. We've been beating up on the other creature combo decks so far too. Okay, so we want the Grafdigger's Cages. We want the Seam Rips. Do I want Needle for Warren Soul Trader? I mean, we already have the Cages. Vexing Bauble does stop Flare. I think I'm going to cut one or two. We also have Cauldron for the combo. We're still the challenge. We're currently 4-1. I think I'm going to cut the Ranger Captains. I'm going to leave in the Corrals, which is a little weird, but I think I like it. And let's play the Needle. I think we're mostly just like the main way they win is the combo. I'm gonna cut the Static Prison. Actually, that's a little bad. I think. Yeah, I think we just get Needle if we want to turn or Cage. Yeah, I love Brightglass Gearhulk. Big soft spot for this card. Oh, maybe I should cut the Mite, although it does hit Airship. Okay, well, interesting. Yeah, Vexing Bauble stops it stops Flare, which is I think the main reason. Oh, I guess Flare's highest mana value. They must have gonna play the Ballista, or said that the Haywire Mite. Got my artifact creatures confused. Yeah, but they showed us Flare of Malice, so I thought leaving a couple of Vexing Baubles could be fine. Value Town. I guess also just getting a creature in play if I like Cauldron a Gravecrawler is good. Although they have a Bowmaster. So I'm a little bit worried about Flare stopping me from combo killing next turn. Although I guess like we have the Heliod for the backup. I really one Heliod is right. I'm pretty sure you don't want to. I'm pretty sure you don't want to, but I'm pretty sure one Heliod is right. Okay, while my opponent thoughts these, I'm gonna check on Athena real quick. Okay, so they take the Heliod. I can win the game this next turn. My opponent could have some creature removal to break up my combo, although I can wait to combo at instant speed. Alright, so let's exile the Gravecrawler. Let's see what we draw. We draw a Rumble. Let me see. I'm going to Surveil. There's Pride. Pride's kind of okay. It kind of stabilizes the board. I'm going to Ballista on 0. I'm going to play Leonardo. And so this just says, you, my opponent, cannot tap out. Or you're dead, and you can't play Bowmaster end of turn or you're dead. It's just really, really going to tax their mana here. So they lead on Shambling Gas. So if they sack the gas to the tower, then the action is kind of forced here. Okay, so we're going to go Cauldron onto Ballista, or Cauldron Ballista onto Leonardo. And then they Bowmaster in response to break up the combo. So it did cost them the 2 removal spells, and we tax their mana end of turn at least. And we also have a Ballista under our Cauldron. Then they play a Marionette Apprentice. And then they have 1 card left in their hand after this. So they won't be able to... I guess they could combo me if they had Gravecrawler and Soul Trader. Let's Rumble. See if we find another Leonardo. We just find another one. That's easy mode. I guess the best way to do this to play around Flare. It's cool we can play around Flare here. We can go cast Leonardo, play Grange, and then if my opponent flares, like there's no window. If they flare in response to the counter, we would just Cauldron to combo in response, and we'll do that now. So there just isn't even a window for them to flare. Yeah, this has been a much better than I expected it to be. I kind of forgot how good this combo was, and the fact that this is just 1 mana less than Aerith is really nice. And also, Sneaking Gearhulk is, I think, more real than I thought it would be. Sneaking Gearhulk was so cool. So we're 2-1 in this league. Even just like drop this match to focus on the challenge. There's 43 minutes. Let's just keep playing. I'm okay to just like keep playing and tuning this for tomorrow. So I would rather play a different grindy card. Let's see. 1 day ago on Affinity. Well, I'm gonna bottom the Grange. We do need to draw a fetch land or like any planes to be able to combo kill turn 4. Yeah, I used to play Phoenix Down. I thought it was okay. It's also like it's one of these like new cards that we're playtesting in the deck. It was like fine. I didn't think it was super important. If I was going to play Quantum Energy right now, would you play Carol or Haliya? I really, really liked Carol in that. I would play at least one, but maybe you want to play like first Haliya over like first Haliya over like second Carol. I could see that being good. I guess I'm going to play a Leonardo. Just trying to buy time to maybe combo kill with Heliod on turn 4. They get a basic Planeswalker to Blood Moon me? Okay. I can still combo kill turn 4. But it comes at the cost of like sacrificing Leonardo on the attack. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, please. They dash a Ragavan. They can jump the Ragavan with the Guide of Souls if they want. Does cost them their energy, and then they don't get to keep a jumped Ragavan. That's kind of fine, I guess. They flip a Marsh Flats. I was kind of hoping they hit Ranger-Captain. And then they hit Goblin Bombardment, which can break up my my combo here. So I guess we go play 2/2 Ballista. And then attack with Leonardo. Should I play Haliya or Carell? Play one of each. Well, I would play. I don't know. Is that not helpful to say? I would play the first. Is it? I'm just genuinely asking. Is it not helpful to say I would play the first Carell before the first Haliya, but I might play the second or the first Haliya over the second Carell? From playing decks like this, 2 Rally Ancestors, do Jump Screws always felt really good. I guess I kind of just never really get playing those cards. Yeah, I guess I just never really get playing those cards when okay, interesting. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. I never really get playing those cards when like they are dead in a like 40% of your 25% of your matchups, something like that. It just feels like a lot. They got one card in their hand. This is Groen. They may have another Ragavan, but we can't play around it or shouldn't play around it. Yeah, but if you're playing something like Ritual or Evolution where you're sacking your stuff, it makes more sense. But I don't know that we can't afford to play them. Yeah, I agree no blocks on this was pretty wild. I mean, maybe new card, Brain Fart. The Blood Moon here is better than I expected. They should not have played that, I think. I think it's better to save that for a Seasoned Pyromancer, although pretty minor, of course. Feels like we're just playing a little standard combo here. Now this is an 8/8, and they're at 8 life, so this is a good number for this to be at. It'd be hard for them to beat at this point. All right. I wonder if they keep in the Blood Moons. We have 2 basic planes, right? Or 3. We'll just try to fetch them a bit more aggressively and then be maybe okay just getting cut off green. If we're going to be okay getting cut off green, maybe we want to cut the Haywire Mite. I don't hate the Haywire Mite usually. Although we do have Needle and Seam Rip from Bombardment. Maybe we shouldn't have been having it. Or were we cutting it? Maybe I have been cutting it. No, I've been cutting the Heliod. I'm gonna still cut the Heliod and keep it in the Haywire Mite, but just kind of think about it some. Might change my mind here if we feel like they're still in on Blood Moon. I don't know. I don't know if they felt like Blood Moon was good or bad that game, or if they feel like it would still be good in another sideboard game. It's also a little weird because they might just leave it in on the play game too and then board it out game 3 no matter what. Please win. I want you to win. I'm doing my best. I'm really caffeinated. I got a Seam Rip. Again, Seam Rip over Portable Hole because of like Wear Tear. So we should probably try to get a basic planes and like maybe play Cauldron this turn, although maybe I feel like I just need to rumble. I guess rumbling next turn is also kind of like playing around Blood Moon because it gets the rumble out of the hand and it's not stranded in the face of a Blood Moon. I'm gonna rumble. We also could find like Leo plus Ballista, just be able to win next turn. That's kind of high upside. We don't find a plains. We do find a Carol, which is fine. A little slow. Let's take it. Maybe one cleric class to tutor. I don't even know what that card does, but I think Haliya. I think Haliya is like the grindy card I'd want to play because it's like proactive and cheap and another good card draw spell. So cleric class, whenever you gain life, you would gain that much +1. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on target creature you control. So this is it's very expensive. Okay, round 6 is the challenge about to start. Let's just go ahead and concede that match, even though we were up the game. One more round of Swiss. We'll see how likely we are to top 8 based on breakers. Okay, opponent's on a mull to 6. Mull to 5. This hand's obviously really good if we can draw a land and then like rumble into a land maybe to try to combo off turn 3. Don't know if that's better than just like playing Cauldron. Yeah, we're gonna play the last round. What's the last deck you top rated challenge with? It must have been Dimir Flash. I think it was Dimir Flash. We won that challenge. I don't think we've top rated since then. All right, let's get the Cauldron down. Hopefully they just cast a frog. What are you up to? Ooh. They mill an Emery, mill a Rebuke, and then they draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. This weekend they played me this deck. I didn't see Leonardo though. You played against this deck this weekend? Yeah, Leonardo's a pretty big upgrade. Leonardo's been way better than Aerith. We sneaked a Gearhulk earlier. Yeah, I did really like this card. Sly Requisitioner. How does Sly Requisitioner... What is this combo with again? Oh no. I guess I could have called you and I'm just gonna win the game here. I was playing Dream Flash with Wisp. Wisp is so awkward with the Field of Ruins. Wait, it doesn't just win with Grinding Station, does it? Oh, it's stopped your sword and station. It's sword and station. That's right. That's right. Because you need a not you. So the 1/1 triggers the sword, which you sack to the Grinding Station. You go off. Cool. So we're up a game here. Let's bring in the needle. Let's bring in the cage. Let's bring in the second cage. We're gonna clean up the build a little bit. I'm gonna bring in the Vexing or leave in the Vexing Baubles. Seam hits their Cauldrons. If they're playing Cauldron, hits their Grinding. No, it doesn't hit Grinding Station. They just sack it. It doesn't hit Emery. I guess Seam kind of bad. We'll leave in the Static Prison. I don't really like Tormod's Crypt or Lantern, especially against Sword, which just gets like re-triggered. Is there something you could play to tutor Cauldron? Rumble digs for it. There's not a good tutor for it, I don't think. Maybe I should play Deafening Silence. Deafening Silence doesn't stop the sword combo, does stop the Emery combo. Unless it does machines for not WinCon, which are like OG Saga decks. Yeah, I like those machines a lot. I think it tested pretty well for us last week. So the draw against a mulligan to 6. I'm going to go ahead and just get a Vexing Bauble down. We lost to Menino Neon Living End. We made just a dumb misclick in both games. Again, I got very little sleep last night with my dog being sick. Thought about canceling the stream, but she's feeling better today, and it's fine. Me and Esther were sleeping in shifts, just watching her. I do think Living End is in general a tough matchup for creativity. Like all the endurances and the force of negations are just they're tough. Does feel like we have some of the tools. My opponent's draw is also like like drawing the sink and then drawing the endurance or second endurance were pretty bad. Although maybe he drew the second endurance right away, and that's why he evoked the first one so aggressively. So Static Prison on the explosives is pretty interesting because if it comes back, maybe we don't care that much about it. I think I'm down for that. And then I don't know if I like immediately want to let them have the Static Prison back or the explosives back. I guess that would let them make a 2/2 Saga token, which I wouldn't want. Oh, they don't have another land. Actually, yeah, I think that they could rebuke if I don't pay. Let's not let them rebuke. Obviously, very popular card. You could. It's not really better to sneak the Leonardo in, is it? I guess it's better if you think the Pride is better than the Leonardo, but I don't think I believe it is. Right, make a cat. They can't have Bowmaster. They would have Bowmastered. It's probably not in their deck. I really don't want them to needle Marsh Flats, so I guess we'll Surveil in response to the Saga trigger. It's funny that Johnny's Pride Mate with Sneak and Lifelink is actually just a really good modern card. I don't know, it's been feeling great. Having an infinite combo with other good modern cards is a part of that for sure. The bounce spell? Yeah, this must be like Boomerang, or not Boomerang Basics, the Gift of Fish card. So they flood maul the Vexing Bauble. Right, guess we'll allow that. And then again, we really want to avoid the Pithing Needle on Marsh Flats because we got nothing but Marsh Flats. Second Pride is good if I decide that I really want to play the Vexing Bauble again. I don't know that I am going to decide that. Seems fine to keep on top. Probably won't end up doing that and probably will just play Gearhulk, but the Pride will also be good to draw post Gearhulk anyways. They get Nile Spellbomb. I guess Vexing Bauble does stop the combo because it counters the baubles. They mill a Delta and then they mill a Marsh Flats. We'll see if they draw land off the does machines. Yeah, I guess we will probably end up playing the Vexing Bauble. Although, let's see this. They play a Mox, they have 3 cards, and then they pass. They do not have Metallic Rebuke up. I'm gonna go ahead and pay again here. Get the Vexing Bauble. We have our Kitty's Blessing. It's a little awkward that we're kind of unlocking the explosives next turn with all the tokens, but it should be okay. A lot of people experimenting with the Surveillance combo. A lot of different builds. It's really easy to get tricked that this card has improvise, so it must be good. It's like, it is pretty close, but really just like that the combo was like, it's just on, it's so fragile. You need to have a lot going on. I don't know. It's hard for this to be a good value card too. Okay, so they are gonna pop the explosives. We're gonna go to combat. I think we win it. I think we win anyways. Maybe I'm miscounting. I count that we have. Oh, interesting. We had 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we only had 10. Because the prides trigger the Leonardo before damage, so you get to grow in combat. So now they'll pop the explosives, which will kill their Mox Opal. So I mean, I'm going to Grange. I'm going to cast the Gearhulk, and we're going to get some hate cards. But 10 plus Grange. I counted 9 plus Grange. So it would have been no. Yeah, it would have been they would have got to 1. It would have been just like this was attacking, and they'd be at 1. Okay, so we get to find a hate card here. I think I just Needle Grinding Station. I think I Needle Grinding Station and get a Ballista also. In case they have a sweeper. The fact that this deck keeps beating combo decks is pretty interesting. It definitely makes me feel like I can maybe slant the build to be a little bit more grindy. Okay, so we 3-2 this league, but we dropped 2 different matches to go focus on the challenge, so kind of like a 3-0 league, maybe not exactly. Let's go ahead and make some changes. Hopefully we can get to it today. If not, we'll get to this tomorrow. But I think this deck is looking really good. So I want to add like at least 2 Haliya, maybe 3. I think I could be interested in maybe